Hello, my name's David. I'm an environment artist. Welcome to the second video on Cairn, a rock climbing game. So today we're just going to explore a little bit more. I've been learning a bit more about systems and things and finding how to do things that I just didn't get in the first one. And yeah, we'll just sort of, have a little mooch around and get a bit more into it. So before we do that, I want to thank channel members. Yep, thank you very much all. My growing gang of extremely nice and kind and super duper supporters. Yeah, it's a continuing honour. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's all helping a lot, and it will continue to help more and more as we go forward as well with lots of exciting and interesting things. So yeah, much appreciated, and it's great to have you with me as well. Yeah. So let's get on with Cairn, and I figured out a few things that I was just a bit mystified with before. So that was way down there in the base camp tutorial area down there. I've done quite a bit of climbing, and what we'll do though, we'll set up a bivouac because we need a bit of a rest. If you look in the top left there, looking quite tired, and I didn't get how to do this before, and I don't know whether it was me that I just missed the tutorial, all of that, or whether the game didn't. I mean, I feel like the game didn't explain it at all, but I'm open to the possibility that yeah, it could be me. It could be me. It usually is me, isn't it? So well, you seem to have to save and then bivouac in our lovely cozy little tent. Isn't that great? There's something about when you're camping out in the hills and mountains and the glow from inside the tent shining out, and there's something quite special about that. And look, we see the stars through there as well. So this is the first time I've done any of this, so you're getting my kind of first sort of look at this sort of camping. I mean, great. Not many camping games are there, and I'm really pleased to see this. So cook. Well, we definitely want to cook. And I got some dried noodles, yes. I mean, it's great camping food, isn't it, that? So I'm immediately liking this quite a lot. So noodles, add to the recipe. And we'll probably want some, well, I presume we want some water, don't we? So, yeah, there we go. Cook it there. Didn't see any flames on that cooker, though. Could they not just added a little couple of flames? Do we want to consume it? I think we do. Consume the noodles. Right, that helped a very small amount. Disappointingly small amount. And I did find, I took a real tumble down this cliff. I mean, I must have fallen about 30 meters. And I was like, no, it's pretty hardcore, you know. When you fall, you know about it. And I fell down into this ravine and I found a cave. And I was like, I'm so glad I fell because I found this cave and it's full of beehives and honey, which was awesome. So I found this recipe of gentian and, oh, can I not add the honey? Ah, it gave me a recipe. Honey, oh, okay. Water and honey. I mean, yeah, why not? Why not? Oh, I press and hold X. I mean, you know, hot water and honey. Why not? I mean, that's a tasty drink. Consume. Oh, that gives me a burst of speed, which is entirely wasted in a tent, certainly. But, alright. I feel like this is not really giving me that much, is it? But never mind. Never mind. Sleep. We've got piton repair. Can I do that? I can't do that right now. Oh, it's pretty hardcore in the resources that it gives you. This, you know, it's like you certainly get tired out. And I mean, check out the bag. I love shaking the bag. Pew, 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 pew. I mean, you know, that's what I do when I'm out camping, just to organize my bag. Give it a good shake. Give it a good old shake and go blah 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 blah, and make sure the lid is closed. Lid? Bags don't have lids. Make sure the bag is closed before you do shaking. Okay. Because that's, you know, established camping practice to do that, of course. So, yeah, look, there's some of the honey I got. Super Gentian Ultra Honey. So there's a plastic bag here. So I like the, there's a thing about you can pick up litter on the way up the mountain and you can, slightly weirdly, compost it. And that gives you chalk for your bag. Climbing chalk, if you don't know, very important for the fingers. You have a little chalk bag around your waist. Dip your fingers in the chalk. It just gives you a bit more grip. And helps tremendously. Now, what are they? Energy gummies. I think I've been eating those. Okay, that's all good. That's all good. We need some water, though, don't we? We'll pick some of that up in the morning. I'm sure there's a water source nearby. I will tape my fingers. Okay. Well, left hand's excellent. Well, excellent. I mean, I can look. Hello, fingers. Are you okay? Fingers. Very good. Check out each finger. Look at that. I like that. I like that. Individual finger taping. How do I look at the other hand? Select a finger. Alright, but what about the other hand? I want to look at my other hand. Yeah, can't do it. Never mind. Right, let's have a good old sleep. Good night. Right. Beautiful sleeping. Lovely. Oh, right. Whoa. Okay. It's not my idea of sleeping. Why are we doing press-ups in our sleep? Aava is hardcore. She doesn't sleep. She does press-ups in her sleep. Why would you do that? Don't know. Right, let's get out because it's the morning time. I mean, I'm concerned about that our tummy because we're hungry. I want to eat some food. Come on, we've got to eat some food. But one thing I've noticed about this game, it can be a little bit stressful. It's like, you know, you're on the mountain and you're just like really tired and just, yeah, I mean, it's pretty full on. We ain't got any water to cook this stuff, have we? Oh no, what we got to do? Can I cook some berry milk? Plus 30 tummy points. I'm going to reheat it. Well, I will actually warm milk, why not? Yeah, I mean, tasty. Well, that gives us a good bit there. We'll consume that. Come on then. And we've got, yeah, 2 speed points there, or 2 minutes of super speed. Right, let's out with us. Out with us. Right, we've bivvied. And I would, well, I'm concerned that there's, well, we need some water, don't we? Yeah. Well, you know, we're okay for now. But look, let's just get a bit of a view. Oh, a rainbow! How beautiful. Look at that. Let's just get in this sort of view. So, this mountain, I mean, you can see a bit of it there, can't you? You can't really see all of it. Yeah, the peak is like beyond that top part you see. We've actually started the mountain proper after the initial tutorial. And we came all the way up that ridge you see, just above Aava's head there. We climbed up a steep cliff there and we walked along this ridge in a very picturesque sort of introduction. We got some game credits coming on. And there we go. Bosses of Games Studios. They love to put their names there right at the front, don't they? It's like, you know, I get it, but I also think it's a bit of an ego trip, isn't it? Like, you know, who gets their name first and what little clique of people in the studio get to have their names up front there, you know, that small little group. And it's like, it's a real ego trip, isn't it? It's, you know, can you not just be content with having your names in the credits? It's always a pecking order, isn't there? So as you see, it's raining, and this is going to have an effect on climbing. I mean, believe me, you do not want to be climbing in the rain. That is just, that's no fun whatsoever. So what we're going to do, going to press the trigger. What the game didn't explain to me, I felt, or at least I missed it, is you've got another option with the left trigger. Because I was just looking at the backpack and water and stuff. Here you've got options of, you've got a torch, or well, it's more of a lamp, I suppose, isn't it? Switch that off, and we can snooze. So we can get down there and have a little rest. like this. But I think we'll wake up because, well, snooze is always good, but the rain has stopped. So I did not want to be climbing. And oh, what on earth is going on? Whoa, ooh, wow. Okay, settling down now. That was going rather fast, wasn't it? Ugh. It's looking a bit blustery and unsettled. It's always a bit dicey when you're out in the mountains and, you know, the weather's doing all this sort of stuff. I'm intrigued by that up there. That's going to be pretty cool. But before we get on to the rock, right, I just want to put the old ReShade view on. And there's been a fair amount of misunderstanding about this view. And so I just want to clear that up. And I know it looks like, I get a lot of people going, that's not the depth buffer, that's the world normal. And yes, it's the world normal reconstructed from the depth buffer. Yeah, so different things. It's a reconstruction, an interpretation from the depth buffer. The depth buffer is the distance of any pixel on screen to the camera, i.e. us. And from that, I mean, it's very accurate. From that, ReShade runs an edge detection algorithm. So so whenever you see a polygon edge, like just at the bottom of the screen there on any of those rocks, it's running an edge detect, and then it's rebuilding the facets or the polygons and interpreting the face orientation or normal to that surface. And so, yeah, all right, it is a world normal, but it's reconstructed from the depth buffer. So let's be clear about that. It's very definitely the depth buffer. Yeah, and I'm not looking at it for any purpose of the world normal. I don't care about the world normal for this stuff. I just really don't care. I use this so that we can look at whatever game I'm looking at, and so I can look at it without textures and I can see the topology. And yeah, I can use RenderDoc or whatever, but you can't do that live. This is tailor-made for my purposes. So when I'm playing the game, I can show you, dear viewer, the topology, such as it is, interpreted, yes. But it's pretty good. I think you'll agree that we can get a pretty good look at the topology, especially with organic landscapes like that. You know, because there's very few big planar surfaces where there's a lot of polygons that lie flat on that surface. Because ReShade can't differentiate between lots of polygons on a planar surface and one polygon on a planar surface, because there's no edges to detect, and so it can't infer orientation, facial orientation, and so it just looks like a big flat plane. So for architecture, it's less useful for my purposes, although still has its uses, I think you'll agree. So with that cleared up, let's proceed. And I think that this game has a wonderfully clean view with this, doesn't it? Some games are a bit iffy. I mean, the Snowdrop engine doesn't seem to play very nicely with this as yet. I may be able to improve that because I'm learning all the time with this. You know, this whole thing is a learning process, and you're watching me learn real time with all this stuff. And it's great and really satisfying when you manage to sort of get these views working really tidily. And I think you'll agree it works really well with this. You get a beautiful view of the wider landscape. You can see the layers heading back into the distance, and it gives us a wonderfully clean view of it. So I'm pleased that we've got this. Long live ReShade. And yeah, a lot of people use ReShade for different purposes, and also I've had people commenting like, why would you use ReShade? Well, I've just explained why, and there you go. The results speak for themselves. So great to have it. So all that done, let's climb up. Aava, come on, let's go. So I'm finding that it's very important to get your feet and limbs positioned on to what would seem to be a good handhold. The game is really quite good at knowing if you're on a decent usable climbing ledge. So you've got to think about it in terms of, if you are really climbing. And it kind of helps if you've done climbing before. for this, because you know you need to move the camera around and just sort of find where you would put your hands and feet in reality. So you know that's not going to be great purchase there. What's going to be better is you get it in the angle between rocks. You know, that's always going to be better than no purchase at all. So I'm going to put my feet like that. Then I'm going to reach up to grab that one, reach up with the other hand, grab that one. So, you know, you can see that in real life, that's pretty good purchase, that. And then we've got a great ledge here to get our feet on there and there. And it is, you know, you've really got to pay attention to that. You can't get away with just trying to go up a flat surface because you'll very quickly fall. It will give you a bit of a grip on it in a slightly unrealistic way, but that's just a concession to gameplay. You've got to, you know, you've got to kind of help the player out to some degree. But look at that. That's not a great situation that I've put myself in there. But don't worry, because we've got good handholds. And good handholds can make up for crap footholds. You know, you can pull yourself up with stuff. So look at this. Ooh, that looks like a crazy little gondola globe, doesn't it? Look at that. Oh, good. Water can. Nice. I needed some water. That looks awesome. I mean, I've been in many gondolas. I've never been in a spherical one. But that's a great idea. That would be awesome. So, wow, look at that. The verticality of this game is exciting, exhilarating. And as I said before, it's pretty hardcore and really quite challenging. So, I'm looking here. I mean, look at that. Great series of little steps going up there. I'm going to go for that, definitely. So let's just grab that. Get our foot on this ledge here and grab that one. Where's our foot going to go? We're going to get in that little crack there. And just get that there. And handhold there, pull ourselves up. Can we get our leg up there? Aava's pretty flexible. And yeah, the foot's going through the rock. You know, that's the collision, isn't it? Look at that. Aava, she is one flexible lady. But, you know, you kind of have to be if you want to be a climber. You need to have a decent amount of flexibility. So, right, let's just... Oh, yeah, that's where we're going. So we're going to head up to this sort of peak there. And I'm thinking, yeah, getting on this ledge, I could have taken that route there into that rather intriguing little bit over to the top right. The freedom in this game is really cool. It really does offer a tremendous amount of freedom. But I want to kind of shuffle over. I'm just going to move to the left here. So let's just get over there. Grab that. Foot up on this ledge here. It's a pleasure to do. It really is. And the more you get used to it, the more satisfying and fun it is. You know, even if it does at first feel like kind of pretty difficult. And like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I could just about reach that corner there, but she's kind of grabbed on the face instead. But, you know, it's all right. I'm going to kind of jam my foot in that crack there. There's a lot of jamming of feet in cracks and hands in cracks in climbing. So you've, you know, it's pretty hard wearing on the digits. Right, I see something here. Is that a thing that we can collect or just a flag? It is! Gentian! I'm not familiar with Gentian. But I presume it's just like a little plant herb thing. Now that would offer some pretty hardcore route going up there, wouldn't it? Check that out. That's the beauty of this game, is that you create your own route. And the developers have really like offered up a great deal of freedom, which is what rock climbing is all about. It's about picking your line. It's about finding a route up. And in rock climbing, you know, routes up mountains or cliffs, climbing areas, there's very often established routes these days. You know, lots of people have already done it, and those routes will have names, and you know, the first person to do that route will name it. And it's you know, that's quite an honor to name a route if no one's done it before. You know, that's increasingly very rare these days if you're making your own route. So this is looking pretty hard. I'm not liking that at all. Whoa. I'm thinking that looks quite choppy over there, which might offer some decent routes, but whoa, this is quite a daunting cliff. And I'm sort of re-evaluating here because I would have preferred to go on this side because there's some ledges and cracks there. And this side is looking a little bit worrying, so I'm going to see if I can't shuffle around over this side. Yeah, can I? Yeah. So let's see if we can't get over here. Come on, Aava. Let's go. Let's get over that bit. Get your foot up there. Yep, climb bot is ever helpful. See, this is looking very dicey, isn't it? Oh god. All right, let's just wing it. Oh. Get our feet there. Oh, I'm a bit nervous. That's really like that is. Oh my word. It's not going to go good. I'm going to put a piton in here. I've noticed Aava calls them pitons. I've never heard them called pitons in my life. But fair enough. That's the thing when you get voice actors in games. Very often you find that, you know, because they're not necessarily specialised in what the game's trying to represent. And very often voice actors will get the pronunciation wrong on things like this. And to me, you know, that needs direction, doesn't it? You know, the voice actors need to be directed correctly. So I think they've sort of slipped up a bit there. But then this is from a French developer. Oh my God. Get over there. Quick, Abe. Oh, she's got to fall nearly. My word. Oh man, I'm being really dicey here. But, oh, right, I've got a bit of a better handhold there. Ah, oh, there we go. There we are. I mean, it could have been worse. Could have been worse. Yeah, I think what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to go down here. Which, I mean, you know, fair enough. This is part of the process. So we'll go all the way down here. Excellent. So I'm going to recall that piton there. And we'll just try and... Oh, wow. Okay. Let's... I mean, we've got a decent handhold there. Foothold there. On there. Got this nice little crack. I mean, that's a bit of a gift. And there as well. So I think we're on firm ground here. Whoa. See if we can't just sort of grab something over there anyway. Foot there. Yep. Can we get a hand over there? Yes, we can. So we'll traverse this way over here. Whoa. Come on, Aava. Get up there. Let's get on that bit there. And I think we've done all right there. Come on. Yeah, Mum. This way. Right. Excellent. Right. There we go. I think we're okay. And then this is a better line for going up there. Yeah, cool. Nice one. Gonna put that in there. Very nice.
I'll take a breather.
And I think we'll just head on there. All right, a little a nettle as well. So Ava's looking a bit tired there. So I think that that's probably a good spot to leave it, I think, because, I mean, we've not really come very far, have we? But it gives us a good sort of idea of, you know, the nitty-gritty of this game. And, I mean, we've got this whole mountain to go up, so it's quite a daunting prospect, isn't it? And, you know, your heart really gets going when you're sort of on the cliff face and your stamina's running out. It's really cool. And you've always got that lovely view there. I mean, I really like that. It looks absolutely lovely. And, you know, very low poly as well. And it just, yet another example that you don't have to break the bank with polys and materials to have a game that's atmospheric and looks really good and has its own unique vibe. You know, this is what I would like to see more of. Games like this. You know, you don't need nanites, you don't need tessellation, you don't need parallax shaders, you don't need anything fancy to make a really unique and fun game. And yeah, you know, this is what we need more of, I think, in my opinion. I really like this. So I think I'll leave it there. thanks for joining me on this little mini climbing adventure, and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy. Bye.